Hi everyone, welcome to my channel Empress Aries 888. My name is Tanya. Well, I hope you're having a wonderful morning, afternoon, or evening, whatever time you press that play button. Like on the way in, it gives me an energetic donation to the channel and helps me tune into you. Flip the roles as you see fit. These are collective readings, so take what resonates, leave the rest. And let's call in spirit. Let's get this party started, shall we? Spirit guides and angels of your wettest light, please give me a clear message for the collective, one that brings healing, hope, and understanding of their situation. Protect me as I open myself up to channel these messages and protect my beautiful collective. Well, I hope my beautiful collective is having a great day. I feel like I've mentioned or failed to mention timeless readings, so anytime you tune in, this message is for you. And thank you so much for doing so. I so appreciate the energy exchange between us. It certainly does make for very interesting readings. So I did pre-shuffle, and what I'm saying is the person feels like they're just like drowning in emotions, perhaps. They feel like no matter what they do, they can't move forward, or they have a heavy load on them, keeping them way down. They feel like they've been sabotaged, but it is in the reverse. Like somebody is trying to keep them in that state or created that problem for them. I feel like they feel very tied down, though. That's reiterating that what the pictures are like. They got a key to their back, as they say. They had many choices, options, doors that they could have chosen, and different partners or different individuals or situationships. Now they feel lost, depressed, sad. Just feels like this has been a long time coming. They just feel broken. So those are the cards that I pre-shuffled. So let's see what Spirit has to say about this. Spirit, give me a message, please, for the energy, the overall collective, what's going on with them. And they very well could have a lot of responsibility in their life that makes them feel the way they do. But I feel that this person created this mess on their own with their choices. But it's always like a Monday night quarterback thing, right? Where even after the choices are made, you kind of think into yourself, what could I have done differently? Or, damn, I didn't think it was going to turn out this shitty. So here it is. They thought that there were these options or the persons or situations that they went towards was going to be a better situation, happier. Shadow self, this person could be going through the dark night of the soul. And gratitude's in the reverse, they're not happy about it. They're not happy about the outcome because it wasn't what they thought it was going to be. Maybe somebody presented themselves helpful, somebody that would give them advice, but only turn them away from something they truly wanted, which might have been you. Badmouthed you or presented themselves as a better option, or both. And because your person liked this person or attracted to this person, they started to believe what their advice was against you and ultimately chose this person over you. And now they're facing the shadows, or the shadows are infiltrating their life, and they're angry about it. They're angry about it, maybe even blaming you for it. Or maybe the person that they chose is blaming you for it. or both, and it's created a lot of towers. It's starting to create a lot of towers in their life. Cosmic connection. It's like they feel connected, or you feel connected to the cosmos. But I feel like it could go either way. So maybe they are denying their connection to you, even though you might have a strong connection with this person and that you know what's going on in their life. They're in denial of it, or they're choosing to dismiss it, maybe even as coincidence. Power. Exactly. It's in denial. Their life is in chaos. And maybe unexpectedly, too. I feel like they really didn't think that their life would go in the direction that it has. Maybe they thought that would be your life. Yeah, go on the floor. Go ahead. Go ahead. What is that? Chariot. Yeah, I think you moved away from the situation and they ended up inevitably staying stuck. Eight of Wands. Yeah, it was a really quick decision that maybe you had to make towards a new opportunity and you seized it. And this person was like floored that you got away, that you walked away from them. Maybe you were always that caring, loving person and they thought that they had you. Ten of Wands. Yeah, I feel like they have a lot of feelings about this. And it's like anger is one of them. It's almost like the grief and the loss and also the baggage of whatever situation that you had going on with them. Now the burden was to carry on their own instead of you carrying it or helping them carry the load. Maybe you always carry the load more than they did, and now they're having to do that. The person they're with isn't going to carry the load. They don't feel like that's not my problem. That's not my. We're just, we're in a relationship, but I'm not, I'm not married to you. Kind of thing. Ten of Cups, happiness, family bonds. You had that with this person, and they chose to start something new. Ace of Wands with somebody else. I believe that they had created, I don't know, like a new beginning with somebody that they went towards because this person looked like a better situation where they wouldn't have to struggle anymore. That's what the person said. Wands, Aries, Leo, Sag. And they could grow with. They were very enthusiastic, and there was a spark between the two of them. So they quickly went in that direction and dropped you like it was hot. Yeah. Six of Cups. Now they're in their nostalgia thinking about you. Because justice, cause and effect, they're receiving the karmic and judgment. Look at this, justice and judgment. There could be something in the court systems. Justice and judgment usually means the courts. You could be taking them to court for child support, or you could be taking them to court for divorce. So they're receiving the consequence of a choice to go towards another person. You're not going to stay with them. Spirit says, yeah, I'm a fool. Mm. I feel like they're in their sadness, but I feel like they're also in denial. They received a false impression about a person, like this person would help them. Maybe this person even said that to them, that I'll help you. I'm like your person. I would be there for you. I would support you. And it was all a lie. This person got into a relationship thinking that your person was going to take care of them. And I feel like there was deception on both ends, like wishful thinking type of thing. Your person wanted to get out of a situation where there was a lot of responsibility, and now all they have is responsibility. And this person that they went towards, who was so promising, they were so attracted to, presented themselves as a friend, a helper. And once they went towards that person, they changed it up and like, I'm not your wife. Why should I help you like that? That's on you to get yourself out of this mess. I feel like there's a game being played here to force a person to give more in the connection, like an offer of marriage, perhaps. They want something like that to get rid of you so they can move on in and maybe they would help you or help this person, depending on who it is we're talking about. Only you know that situation. If you don't know, now you know. I feel like this person's deceiving them to get money and cash out of them. And maybe they have so far. But there's a judgment here. I feel like eventually a person's gonna wake up to the reality of what they chose versus what they gave up. I feel. But they're suffering the karmic consequences of their choices and maybe blaming you for everything that they're going through. But it's really not you at all. It's their own choices. They're burdened by their own choices. They feel like they're weighed down with and can't move. Maybe this person wants them to move with them, move towards them. In a manipulative way, giving them just enough to keep them hanging, but saying that if I was in a true connection with you, if you were my husband or my wife, of course I would give a lot more to the relationship and what you're going through. I tried to be there for you, but in the end, I'm not married to you. And it's kind of like manipulating them to make an offer. But they were already in a commitment, but they want to have this person end it with you and commit to them. Death is here, so there's an ending to this connection between you and them. hmm The world is here. So they wanted to have success, a possibility of success, achieve something in their life, and they thought that by getting rid of you, the world, because you got to give up something and gain that was an easy thing to do because the two of you weren't getting along anyways. So yeah, but instead of being loyal, they decided to, exit stage left. This is all like deception. They were deceived to do this in a sense because they were enticed by a person, Seven of Swords here, that's like lying to them, has a hidden motive, agenda to use them, basically, to use them for their resources, to get what they can out of the person, to drain them dry, use their energy just to manipulate somebody because they can. They see how hard this person's trying to gain their attention and they're thinking this is awesome. Now I can gain whatever. I can gain material goods. I can gain money. Maybe even a title if they get rid of you. Devil's here, yeah. This is all temptations, addictions, but it's all bondage. It's all keeping this person stuck. So now they're working that much harder than they did because they have the responsibility of whatever it is the two of you were doing together. Now they're doing it singly, right? And then also now they have the responsibility of this karmic that is bitching in their ear about trying to get them into a connection and giving them advice about how to deal with you and then to get rid of you ultimately so that they can move on in. So a scam, a biz in a sense. You might have moved on to your prosperity, moved on to start over, start from bottom up then. You might have had a lot of investments with this person. But you had to walk away from those to start something new. Broke your heart but didn't break you altogether. Ten of Cups. You're going to get happiness here. Emotional fulfillment. And even if that's within yourself, to balance that masculine and feminine energy that we all have within ourselves, I feel like you're going to be happy with or without a person because you're going to love yourself and fulfill your own cups. You're going to find contentment in something that you're going to be working on. Ten of Cups. Maybe working for a living, but it's the hierophant, so it has to do with spirituality. There's something you're pursuing, either spirituality, a connection, or both. And that's what's going to move you forward, heal your heart. Six of Swords. Recognize that in the end, we can't force people to love us, to treat us the way we treated them, because not everybody has that same moral code. Not everybody believes that you should be nice to others. Some people just take. The Hermit, yeah, maybe you had to walk away from a situation to go into introspection and not be around as easily available. People are wondering what happened to you. Like you walked away or took off and that was it. But I feel like the inner guidance that you're giving yourself, using your intuition in a proper way, is why you're in hermit mode. Transformation's taking place behind the scenes. So when you do finally emerge, you're going to be a better version than you were when you started. So keep going, man. Don't let anybody take your light or snuff your light out. Yeah, the sun keeps coming out in the reverse. I think there's like a misunderstanding that this person has between their life, what they thought they were going to have, and what they actually have. Somebody made a false impression. But now there's like this back and forth energy of hot and cold, love bombing, and then crickets. Ten of Pentacles. There is prosperity, but I feel like that material success is going to be achieved by you. Stability is going to be had by you. And this person is going to be living the life that they put you through. Now it's coming back on them. You can see, all right, these things keep falling on the floor, man. Ace of Pentacles in the reverse. The missed opportunity, unfulfilled potential, insecurity, setbacks. This is what this person is. Ace of Pentacles in reverse. This is what they're getting instead of this wonderful new beginning that they thought was so great, so into it. My wish come true, a fantasy person. That's all it was a fantasy. It was never reality. They're finding that out. They're in denial, acting like everything's great. That's not how they feel. Ace of Cups, emotional fulfillment, new beginnings. I feel like they want a new beginning with you on the down low. I feel like recognizing that time has gone by and nothing's changing except their finances are tanking, their mental status is so. It's like the connection that they thought was so great and wonderful is turned into stalemate, turned into games people play. And they're thinking about you and how you were not like that. You may have had challenges financially, but you were always there for them. And this person isn't. This person's out for themselves. The Wheel of Fortune's here. They're like, this is what they are, fortune seeker, seeking their fortune here, there, and everywhere, wherever they can get it. This person, your person, isn't enlightened or is ignoring that, but I feel like they're going to come to a clarity about that, about their destiny, about the chance they took and the fortune that they did not receive. Yeah, the fool. Maybe they feel like the fool. They took a leap of faith, and it wasn't towards anything of substance. It was just sexual. Maybe that's what they wanted at first. I feel like they got their heart deceived. You know, the heart can deceive the mind into thinking something that's not true. This is the greatest thing since sliced bread, that everything's going to be wonderful because now this person's in our life. Three of Cups, third party energy. Yeah, they generously gave to this person too. Ooh. And this person thankfully took. Five of Swords, now there's conflict. They were dishonest you and they manipulated. And this person's doing that to them. Being dishonest, taking from this person, thank you very much. being very lovey-dovey when the money's there, when the person's struggling with situations they don't want to be involved because they're not the wife or the husband. And but still, I'm here for you, but I can't go any deeper than that. I don't want to step on anybody's toes until those toes have been cut out, and then I'll step in. It's like that. Yeah. But they were always around this person, manipulating this person to do what they ask them to do. Yeah. Two of Swords is here. They're at a crossroads. They're conflicted as to what to do because they don't feel like they have a chance at all with you anymore. And you've let go of the situation. You're doing your own thing. You're having spiritual enlightenment. You're going in that direction. With the Cups is here. Over Pisces Cancer, you might have your guards up against this person, and they're feeling like if I chase after them, they're probably going to reject me, so they don't want to do that. And they're still having these feelings of pleasure with this other person. Feel like they want to message you. Page of Cups is here. But you're an Empress. You have new opportunities. You're birthing abundance. You're birthing stability in your life. You have the time for this person's games. King of Pentacles is here. Could be with the King of Pentacles. You're going to be with the King of Pentacles. Somebody stable. Somebody hardworking. Yeah. You're no longer entertaining pages with their gameplay. Page of Cups, full of love, but only for a short time. Okay. Eight of Pentacles. Something you're mastering, something you're working on. Right? There's a Queen of Cups here. Loving, nurturing, that's what you were for this person, but it wasn't enough. This person's like celebrating, acting like they have a single life, that it's so wonderful, happiness, festivities, hanging with your friends, thinking they're free. Yeah, but really, it's just a gilded cage. That's all it is, a gilded cage. And it looks very nice, very presentable, but the door's locked. You can't move forward. That's what's happening. I think they're realizing that now. They could be with the Queen of Wands, but I feel like it's the Queen of Wands in reverse. Not a person you can trust, fickle, and not loyal. Four of Pentacles is here. They wanted stability, control. Maybe this person is wanting stability from your person, wanted a commitment. They're controlling your person. Okay. The person could be a Knight of Wands, bold, passionate, likes adventures, likes to try new things. But Knight of Wands is an in and out energy. There's no sticking power with that person. Nine of Swords, I feel like this person has my goodness, I had hiccups, inner turmoil, mental conflicts, stressful situations that they're having sleepless nights, keeping them up at night, wondering how they're going to financially support themselves. Finances are taking a hit with this person, and this other individual is taking money as well, or has expectations that they're going to provide for them on some level. And they're definitely looking for a commitment from your person more than just a sexual experience, because there is something that your person has materially that this person is invested in keeping. They want to be a part of it, but it's draining your person being with this other person, because they could be an energy vampire. There's somebody that is draining them to keep them with them. Now your person's journeying in a different direction than you. Maybe you always knew that that would happen. Any other card spirit before we end it? But keep going and doing what you're doing, what you're learning. You're glowing up. You're an Empress now, and that's very attractive. And I think that's what's keeping your person in a mental conflict. It's like, dear God, Now she's this prize or he's this prize that I always wanted. You could have leveled up. You could have transformed your life in the absence of this person. And Ace of Wands, new beginnings, growth. You've changed. And now this person's seeing that and seeing you in a different light. It's keeping them stuck in their head and nostalgia and thinking, my God, how did I give up? I gave it this person just so I could struggle when I had this person here, my ride or die to help me. They weren't as connected to you and they didn't have as much in common with you. And spirituality was very surface. They had all these options and they went towards them versus being loyal to you, and now they feel like they're drowning, but they created that by walking away from you. The comic justice and judgment, it's living with, the bed you made with another person. It's relying on it. And then when you can learn those lessons, turn to source, not just pray, help me God, more like working towards that prayer and helping yourself out of situations that you know are not good for you. Then and only then will you move forward, and it won't be with a weight on top of your back. But you have to make choices, make better choices, and make a decision about what you want to do with your life and where do you want to go and who you want to be with. That's really your journey. That's the of self-worth and feeling like instead of validating yourself to other people, validate yourself within. That's all I have for you today in Empress Aries 888. Please like and subscribe and join my tribe because I'd love to have you. Till next time, be safe again, my friends. Be blessed.